Moving on, it's time for a Let's Talk session. Future prospects for green energy disputes. I would like to welcome on stage Dr. Mohammed Almogi, Regional Lead Counsel, Middle East and North Africa at Siemens Energy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for having me today. I promise you it's going to be very short, and I promise you it's not going to be about IP as well. Because I'm here for the energy or industry leader thing, so it's not about IP. I might be in the wrong room, but I'll be happy discussing IP afterwards. IP is everywhere, right? I bet some of you know the company named Siemens, right? Would you raise your hand if you know the name Siemens? Oh, thank you very much. Do you know what the name Siemens stands for? What is it exactly? It's the name of someone. Actually, this is the engineer who built the company long time back. Now I'll take you quickly through why we ended up, or how we ended up as Siemens Energy. This company was established in 1847, almost 200 years back. And they've been involved into a number of industrial manufacturing stuff here and there. But throughout the years, they've been also carving out and spinning off a number of their businesses. If you recall, 2003, we had communication, mobile phones, Siemens. This is totally gone, sold to Nokia. Mobility, which is making trains and manufacturing trains, also gone in 2016. Healthcare, fully independent company, out of the business. 2020, Siemens decided to carve out the energy business out of its portfolio as well, with a fully independent company, publicly listed in the German stock market and under the name of Siemens Energy. It's a new startup, new management, new strategies with 200 years of history. This is how we ended up as Siemens Energy. How do we in Siemens Energy look into energy transition? We have the concept that we call the 4Ds. The 4Ds are simply demand, digitalization, decentralization, and decarbonization. And obviously the demand of energy, the world expects to have more consumption, more energy requirement by 2040, 50% more than what it is today. And for that decentralization, we also are looking for solutions and options, not only us as Siemens Energy, but also governments and other entities. How can we properly distribute and decentralize the energy worldwide? And decarbonization is obviously also part of how we are moving from where we are at the moment to the zero emission approach or trend that everybody's looking for. And definitely digitalization is about quality, it's about cost, speed, and how this could reflect into the energy transition. That is how we look into it, the 4Ds concept. But what do we plan? What is our plan to cope with the 4Ds concept? The plan obviously is to start investing in the hydrogen, the green energy, stop totally fund any investment into coal and fossil business. 2021, the board took the decision, no further investment into coal, and obviously moving towards the renewable energy as well, where we bought the largest or the second largest wind electricity company on earth, which is Gamesa, and now we are owning approximately 97% of the company. This is, in a nutshell, how the energy transition look like and how we look at it from Siemens Energy standpoint. But from the legal standpoint, what we do and how can we cope with it, and what are the expected legal issues when it comes to energy transition. We're proud in Siemens Energy to have around 500 in-house lawyers / compliance officers / export control and claim and contracts managers as well. So 500 colleagues. We are all working to safeguard the company and try to get it within the proper legal shape. As well as we get, of course, other help from external law firms globally. We work in 7 hubs, the 2 American continents, Africa, Europe, Asia Pac, China, and Middle East, obviously. And within this geographic presence in around 90 countries in the globe, and with this large in-house legal/compliance team as well, we put together some steps or precautions to be taken into consideration when it comes to this transition. Obviously, legislation is number one. We monitor legislation worldwide. We see what's happening in Europe, we see what's happening in the Western world, and then this will cascade down to where we are in the Middle East here as well. We are also enhancing, improving refreshing our contracts portfolio. Because what we have, the existing contracts that we have, we need to update with some clauses pertaining to energy transition, how we can protect the company when something goes south. And of course, besides the contracts and legislation, we have to monitor current litigations that are taking place mainly in the western side of world. A lot of environment litigation, a lot of litigation pertaining to pollution and other litigation as well, that fortunately they are not here yet, but we expect them to move here someday. So we are monitoring, we're following up, and we want to know how we're going to deal with it in the future. Last but not least, preparing ourselves internally, our management, to prepare them for public speaking, to go to public, by workshops, by trainings, by reviewing their talks, their speech, and how they represent the company as well when it comes to energy transition, in order to avoid any potential litigation that might take place in the future. Climate change. Most people like to call it climate change. I would like to call it climate disaster. Is the main reason of the energy transition. We are considered to be the problem or part of the problem. However, we view ourselves as the solution. Thank you very much for having me today. Thanks, Let's Talk World, for this opportunity. I'm happy for any questions, if any, and thrilled to be here with you today. Thank you very much. Thank you.